52% in the United States say they have faced discrimination on the job because of their gender.
There are about 50% of women in the workforce. Okay, and it shows also that women workers contribute to the GDP growth. Okay, between 2011 and 2017, it is up to 14%. So we can see that women involvement in the workforce really help the economy of the country.
As you know, women outnumber men in higher education. Since the past few years, we've seen that. In 2013, there was 62% of women graduates in UM. That was in 2013. Throughout the whole graduate groups, 62% is quite a high rate. The women's labor force, working force participation is only 55.6% compared to 80.7% for men. In fact, Malaysia's women's labour force participation is one of the lowest in Southeast Asia. It's one of the lowest. So we could have so many graduates and a lot of women enter the workforce, but the attrition rate goes down after a number of years when it's a childbearing age. That's where the attrition rate is. So, and then of course we talk about leadership positions, we don't have that number of women. We look at parliament itself. So this means that Malaysia is not really leveraging enough on the women's workforce. In 2016, Women's Aid Organization, my organization, we did a survey. It's called the Workplace Discrimination Survey. And there were 222 respondents for that survey. 40% of pregnant women who polled said they suffered discrimination. Sense that when they became pregnant, when they were told that they were pregnant, there were a lot of challenges for them. They were told to either leave or they're demoted, long probation period, terminated, made redundant, or demoted. Of women said that when they went for interviews, they were asked questions like, are you planning to start a family? Are you planning to get pregnant? Or are you pregnant? These are the questions you don't ask. Do you ask a man, are you planning to start a family when you interview him? No. Are you planning to start have kids? No. And approximately 20% of women who had their job application rejected or revoked because they were pregnant. And 30% of women said in this poll that they will delay their pregnancy because of the fear of losing their jobs. And only 1 out of 8 women in this survey said, those who lost their jobs, because of pregnancy, said that they only reported. 1 out of 8 only reported. So, you tell me. So the government, I think this survey it's reached the Ministry of Women and they are also using it. So it is well documented, this survey.
As suggested by Dr. Zaifun Osman and Nuraini Osman in their journal article, workplace discrimination against women is considered a form of harassment and its practices should be monitored consistently and continuously by the authorities.
Okay, in my opinion, we need a specific Gender Discrimination Act. For example, in UK they have their Equality Act, Australia have their Anti-Discrimination Act, and also US they have their Pregnancy Discrimination Act. So if we have that kind of specific act, it is more easier to control the gender discrimination.
Fact that workplace discrimination among women exists more in the higher level management, despite women holding almost 2/3 of public service positions, and many women occupy middle management positions in both public and private sectors in Malaysia. What needs to be done is a continuous effort and enforcement to reduce the discrimination practices in the Malaysian workforce.